When should a small lawn mowing business get an LLC? There are a lot of small companies out there that don't want to spend the money on an LLC, don't want to spend the time it takes to put it together. How do you know if you're big enough to justify setting up an LLC? Well, let's talk through this. First question is, are you likely to be sued? And would that lawsuit be against you individually or your LLC? So let's say you have a contract between a lawn mowing business and a homeowner. The contract says the homeowner will pay $50 for you to mow the lawn. Let's say the contract also says if there are any problems, the LLC will be liable. But here you are mowing the lawn. Let's say you start seeing a bunch of rocks and you say, I'm just going to mow over those rocks. As you mow over those rocks, one of them gets propelled into a window and breaks it. The question now is, who is responsible for the window? Your LLC, you personally, or both of you? Well, if you said both of you, you're correct. The contract between the homeowner and the business was with the LLC. So the LLC has liability for any breach of contract and also for any sort of negligence in the relationship. What about you personally though? You might be saying, well, wait a second. I thought an LLC stands for limited liability company. In other words, my liability is limited. I'm not going to be liable if I have an LLC. There's a big exception to that most people don't realize. In fact, I've encountered attorneys who don't realize this. You're always liable for your own actions, even if you have an LLC. So if you're the one out there mowing a lawn and you negligently cause a rock to fly into a window and break it, your LLC is liable because that's the business providing the service, but you're also liable because you're the one that was negligent. Now, if you weren't pushing the lawnmower and one of your employees was, that is where an LLC will protect you, because the business is liable for the employees and the business practices. You are not liable because you did not do anything wrong. Could the homeowner sue the employee and the business? Sure. If the employee was negligent, both of them have liability. You might say, hey, why does the business have liability if the employee did something wrong? There's a Latin term called respondeat superior, and that simply means if a company has employees, contractors, or other agents doing work on its behalf, the company is liable. Respondeat is Latin essentially for responsible, and superior is essentially Latin for the person who is the superior, is in control, or is in charge. So the company is in charge of its employees and its contractors. So back to the original question, when should a lawn mowing business have an LLC? Probably not until the lawn mowing business either has employees or contractors who are doing the work, or the company is just so large that it has other risks that might be out there, or you're trying to build a brand name or something like that. If the business is generating $15,000 to $25,000 a year, it probably makes sense to set up an LLC, even if you don't have employees. Also, there's a benefit with an LLC. It just shows that the company is a little more legitimate than just a guy or girl with a business. If you would like to get notified, you are welcome to subscribe to the Aaron Hall Attorney YouTube channel. Subscribe to our little reminder email system at aaronhall.com/free. You can also sign up and follow us on other social media sites. I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney for business owners and entrepreneurial companies. It was a pleasure talking with you today. As I always say, before you rely on any of this, consult with an attorney. It's my hope that you use these questions to identify topics and questions to bring up with your attorney.